let me begin with the first question. Here, the first question is based on the probability. A box contains 10 chalk marbles. Sorry, 10 white marbles. So, white marbles are 10, 8 red marbles. Then, there will be 5 blue marbles. Blue marbles are 5. And green, they are not marbles, they are chalk. Sorry. So, white chalks are 10, red chalks are 8, blue chalks are 5, and 2 are green chalks. So the total chalk is 8 plus 2, 10, 20 and 25. Total number of chalks are 25. If a chalk is taken at random from the box, then the probability of getting a white or blue. So white or blue. So white and blue together, there are 15 chalks. So the number of possible or favorable outcomes is 15. So numerator is 15 and the total number of chalks, that will be total number of outcomes. So that is 25. So 15 upon 25 is the probability of getting white or blue chalks. So this will become 5, sorry, not 5, 3 upon 5. So 3 upon 5, that is correct answer is C. Here C is the correct answer. I hope it is clear. So if you have got any questions on question 1, please type 1 in the comment box so that I can explain it again. Meantime, let me go for question number 2. Now question number 2, the pair of linear equations x is equal to minus 3 and x is equal to minus 8 graphically represents two parallel lines, coincident lines, intersecting lines, or intersecting at this point or intersecting at this point. Please type your comment in the comment box. So please type the correct choice in the comment box. Let me see how many of you have done the correct one. Because to my students, I had made the graphical solutions very much perfectly by telling them what are the different types of graphs and their equations. And from these equations, you can know which are these graphs. Are they parallel to x-axis, y-axis, or inclined? So let me see what is your answer. Yes, Vedang, Shezal, Sonali, everyone are saying A or parallel lines. Very good. Yes, that is parallel lines. That is, answer is A, parallel lines. And if I show it graphically, see, this is of the type x is equal to minus A. And x is equal to minus A is a line parallel to y-axis. And both lines are parallel to y-axis. So that's why they represent parallel lines. If you want me to show it on the graph, this is like this. This is x, x dash, this is y and y dash. In that case, if I point this as minus 3 on the x-axis and this on minus 8, then at minus 3 you can draw a line and you can draw a parallel line to y-axis passing through minus 8. This line is x is equal to minus 8 and this line is x is equal to minus 3. And you see graphically they are parallel to each other. So A is the correct option. Let me go to the next question. And the next question is like this. Triangle XYZ is similar to triangle PQR and the different lengths are given. And you are asked to find the perimeter of the triangle PQR. What is the correct option? Please type your answer in the comment box before I start solving. So how much you are getting? Let me check your answer. You can either type the answer or type the option as A, B, C, D. D. Students are saying D or 34 or 32. Yes, that is the correct answer. D or 32 is the correct answer. So do you want me to solve this or go ahead with this? So since most of you are knowing it, if some of you doesn't know it and you want me to explain it, please type D in the comment box so that okay, instead of writing D, you please write 3 in the comment box. So those who want me to solve this, please type D in the 3 in the comment box. Please type 3 in the comment box if you want me to solve it. Otherwise, I will go to the next question. Okay. Some of you want me to solve it, so let me do that for you. Now, two triangles are there. Let me draw the triangle, and always in the examination, do remember to draw the figures and represent whatever given and required to be found out on the figure. Then only there will be clear idea there. Otherwise, you may not able to solve it. So this is X, Y, Z triangle, and another triangle I will draw which is similar to XYZ, and that triangle is PQR. Now XY is given as 4 centimeter, XY is 4 centimeter, YZ as 5 centimeters, and then XZ is equal to 7 centimeters. And then PQ is given as 8 centimeters. So this is 8 centimeters. And then you are asked to find the perimeter of this. Since these two triangles are similar, this given only that two triangles are similar. So we can write the ratio of corresponding sides and equate them to each other. So the first ratio is XY upon PQ. XY upon PQ. This ratio is equal to YZ upon QR, then XZ upon PR. Now here all these denominators are given and PQ is given. So what you can do, first write this YZ upon QR is equal to XY upon PQ. Here YZ is asked, or you, not YZ, QR is required to be found out. So YZ is given as 5 and QR is required to be found. This is equal to XY. XY is 4 and PQ is given as 8. So from this you find QR, and QR will become 10 centimeters. And then equate this with this. Equate these two things and you will get PR. Or you can do one more method. you see these two triangles are similar, so their sides are in proportion. That is what, if this is 2, if this is 4, this is double, that becomes 8, and this is 5, this will become double and it will become 10. If this is 7, this will become double and it will become 14. Or you can solve by using this formula. And to find the parameters, so perimeter, sorry, not parameter. So the perimeter is length of all sides, 8 plus 10 plus 14, and this works out as 32 centimeters. And the correct option is this one. D is the correct option. I hope it is clear to you, and for those who had doubts, if it is clear, please type clear or C in the comment box. And then let me move to the next one. Next one is question number 4. In triangle PQR, if triangle PQR is right angle at P, then cos of Q plus R is equal to dash. Please type your answer in the comment box. Yes, it is A. The answer is A or 0. So it is very easy, and I hope everybody can do that, because a given is triangle PQR and it is right angle at P, and this is QR. So angle Q plus R, this angle is 180 minus one angle, that is 90 degrees. So this works out to be 90 degree, and cos of Q plus R is equal to cos of 90 degrees. And how much is cos of 90 degrees? Cos of 90 degrees is 0. Therefore, answer is A. The next question is question number 5. A quadratic polynomial whose zeros are 2 and minus 5 is. So please type your answer in the comment box. You can type as option as A, B, C or D. Yes, D is the correct option. And now I will tell you how D has come. And those who knows how to solve this, it will be a revision for them. The general form of the polynomial is, so this gets over up to here, is x square. In terms of roots, it is x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta is required, or general polynomial. And those who doesn't know this formula, please note down this formula. This formula is useful in writing the general polynomial. And now here alpha and beta is given. Alpha is given as 2 and beta is given as minus 5. Here the zeros are given. Zeros are 2 and minus 5. So alpha is 2 and beta is minus 5. So we have alpha plus beta is equal to 2 minus 5, that is equal to minus 3, and alpha beta is equal to 2 into minus 5, that is minus 10. So we will substitute here and we will get x square minus of minus 3x minus 10. So this will work out as x square minus, plus plus 3x minus 10. So here what I will do, divide by 5. When I divide by 5, I will get x square, not 5 but 2. X square divided by 2 plus 3x divided by 2, and 10 divided by 2 will become 5. So this is minus 5. So answer is D. The next question is, if the lines given by 4x plus k plus 1y is equal to 2 and 5x plus k plus 2y is equal to 1 are parallel, then what is the value of k? So please type your answer in the comment box. Let me see how many of you have got the correct answer or know this problem, how to solve it. Please type the answer in the comment box. Yes, it is C, or answer is 3. Very good. And those who want me to solve this, please type 6 in the comment box so that I will solve it for you. Answer is not B, India. Answer is C. Okay, Bhavesh wants me to solve it. Let me solve this problem. See, when the lines are said to be parallel, when the three ratios are equal, that is what ratio of A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 is equal to C1 upon C2. All these three ratios are equal. So let me write these ratios. So first is 4 upon K. Here it is 5, 4 upon 5. This is equal to K plus 1 divided by K plus 2 here. And this is equal to 2 divided by 1. Okay, for parallel lines, this third ratio should not be equal. So first two ratios are equal, meaning I can cross multiply and find the value of k. So by cross multiplying, 4 into k plus 2 is equal to 5 into k plus 1. So this will be 4k plus 8. This is equal to 5k plus 5. After solving this, you will get the value of k is equal to 3. So therefore, the answer is C, which is 3. Is that clear? Aryan, Vindhya, Sujal. Okay, everyone. Those who have written Bhavesh, is that clear? If it is clear for you, please type C in the comment box or clear in the comment box. And this solution I will send you in the PDF format. Don't worry about this. Now let me go to the next question. Yes, very good. So here the next question is like this. Corresponding sides of two similar triangles are in the ratio 2:5. The area of the smaller triangle is 36 centimeters square, then the area of larger triangle is dash. And this question is based on the areas of similar triangles. And we know that the ratio of areas of similar triangles is equal to square of the ratios of their corresponding sides. So let me write that. So I will write the ratio of, I will write area of big triangle or bigger triangle divided by area of smaller triangle. I'm writing bigger triangle on top only because that quantity we are required to be found out. Smaller triangle is given and it is the ratio of smaller side upon bigger side. Smaller side is 2, sorry, bigger side is 5. I have to write bigger side on top and smaller side at the bottom. So that is 5 upon 2 the whole square. And this will work out as 25 divided by 4. And now I will write area of bigger triangle which we are required to be found out. This is equal to 25 divided by 4 into area of smaller triangle. So this will work out as 25 divided by 4 and given his area of smaller triangle is 36. So this will work out as 225 centimeter square. So the correct answer is C, as rightly given by most of the students. So let me go for the next page. Give me some 20 seconds. Just a minute. Yes, here is my second page. I hope you can see this clearly. Now, the next question is question number 8. And in question number 8, you have to find the value of 3 cosec square theta minus 3 cot square theta minus 2. And what is the correct answer? Please type your answer in the comment box. Yes, correct. The answer is 1. answer is 1. That is the correct one. That is 1C. And those who want me to solve this, please type 8 in the comment box. See, every time you have to put the answer or you put the question number so that I come to know that you require the solution of this. So should I move ahead or do you want me to explain this? 8. Okay, Smita has got question. Smita, it is very easy. First, what we will do, we will write this 3 cosec square theta minus 3 cot square theta minus 2. This is equal to, see here you have to use the reciprocal formula and cot formula. Reciprocal formula of cosec is 1 upon sine. So this is 3 upon sine square theta minus cot square theta, you can write as cos square theta upon sine square theta. Once you write this, you can take sine square theta as LCM. Of course, minus 2 is there. And here, minus 2 I am keeping as it is. And this 3 is there. So this will be sine square theta as LCM. And in the numerator, this will be 3 minus 3 cos square theta. Of course, minus 2 will remain as it is. Now this further I can write by taking 3 common, inside will 1 minus cos square theta divided by sine square theta minus 2 remains as it is. This is equal to 3 will remain as it is and 1 minus cos square theta is sine square theta, because you have got trigonometric identity as sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, and sine square theta will be equal to 1 minus this cos square theta. I will take this side, it will become minus cos square theta. So instead of 1 minus cos square theta, I will write sine square theta. So this will be 3 sine square theta upon sine square theta, and now sine square theta will get cancelled. So this will be 3 minus 2, it will work out as 1. So C is the correct answer. And Smita Natalkar and others, those who wanted the solution, if this is clear, please type clear or C in the comment box before I go to the next one. The next one is like this. The probability that a non-leap year selected at random will contain 53 Tuesdays is dash. So please type your answer in the comment box. What is the answer for question number 9? Yes, it is 1 upon 7. Yes, it is A. And those who want me to find the or explain the solution for this, please write the question number. Yes, question number 9. Still somehow Svetang is saying 7. Is 7 not clear yet, Svetang? Okay, let me go for question number 9. Now in question number 9, given is non-leap year. So leap 360 days and year as 360. Now you see in a week there are 52, in a year there are 52 weeks, and each week has got 7 days. So 52 into 7, it works out as 364 days. That means Sunday to Monday, if you start from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and go up to Saturday in 7 days, so all these 7 days will occur, each day will occur 52 times in a year, and 1 day is left. So that 1 day can be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday or Saturday. Any 1 day from the 7 days. So 365 minus 364 is equal to 1 day left. And this 1 day can be 1 from 7 days. So that means the total outcomes is 7. So I will write here, probability is favorable outcome divided by the total outcome, and favorable outcome is 1 because only 1 day is left, and that is out of 7. So therefore probability is 1 upon 7. So if it is clear, please type clear in the comment box, and then we will go for the next question. That is question number 10. And Vedang wants me to solve 7. So let me go back to 7. Vedang, what is your problem in question number 7? Question number 7, which part you have not understood? I hope you know the formula. Area of one triangle divided by area of another triangle is equal to the ratio, square of the ratio of their corresponding sides. So corresponding to bigger triangle, the side is 5. Corresponding to smaller triangle, side is 2. And square of this smaller triangle area is given, and found the bigger triangle area directly. Or if you are confused, you can write it like this: area of small triangle divided by area of big triangle. This is equal to 2 upon 5. If that was your confusion, you can do away with this on also, and square this, put the area of small triangle, find the area of bigger triangle. Is there any question still? Vedang, please type if anything is there. Svetang has got no problem. What about Vedang? Okay, let me go for the next question. And the next question here is the pair of linear equations. These are pair of linear equations. So question is whether they have no solution, unique solution, two solutions, or infinite solution. Please type your answer in the comment box. And for doing that, you have to write the ratio and give the answer. See if the ratios are equal, not equal, and which ratios are equal or which ratios are not equal, and accordingly you will have the answer. And everyone are saying B. Yes, it is B. It has got unique solution. So it's good that everyone does understand this. So here 3 upon 2 is one ratio, then minus 5 upon 7 is another ratio, and the third ratio is minus 4 upon minus 12. You see 3 upon 2 is not equal to minus 5 upon 7, and this is of the type A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. So therefore unique solution, and answer is B, that is unique solution. Good. Let's go to the next one. The pole 35-meter high cast a shadow of 12 meters long. The distance of the top of the pole from the far end of the shadow is dash. So what is the answer? Please type in the comment box. And those who want the solution, please type question 11. And those who knows the solution, please type, or those who can solve this, please type your answer in the comment box. Yes, answer is 37. Do you want me to solve this? If you want me to solve this, please type the question number as question 11. Okay, fine. It's very simple. Pole is 35-meter height. So this is 35 meter, and it will cast a shadow of, let's say, 12 meter over here. This is the shadow 12 meters, and you are asked to find the distance of the top of the pole. This is top of the pole from the far end of the shadow. This is the far end of the shadow. So you are asked to find this distance. Let me name this as A, B, C, and you are asked to find AC. And to find AC, it's using Pythagoras theorem. This is equal to 35 square plus 12 square. 35 square works out to be 1225, and 12 square works out to be 144. This works out as 1369, and square root of 1369 is 37. So the required answer is 37 meters. Next, if this is clear, please type C in the comment box. And next is very easy question. If A and B are complementary angles, then which is the correct option among A, B, C, D? Please type it in the comment box. And this is based on co-functions. And if you remember, I had told you how to remember the co-functions. So for that, use super hexagon, and this is tan, sine, cos, cot, cosec, and sec, and join this tan and cot, and these two are sine and cos are the co-functions. Tan and cot are co-functions, and sec and cosec are co-functions. And here let me check the answer. Everybody has written D. That's nice. So D is because cosec and sec, these are the two co-functions, and two complementary angles are there, then they are true for equality for co-functions, and these are co-functions. and you can remember co-function based on this super hexagon. So the correct answer is D. Next one is question number 13. If the zeros of quadratic polynomial are 5 and minus 3, then what is the value of m and n? So please type your answer in the comment box. Let me see how many of you have done it correctly. Yes, answer is C. And those who want me to solve it, please type the question number as 13. So let me solve this for you. For that, I will take this. This is the polynomial. You have to put x is equal to 5 and equate this polynomial to 0, and then put x is equal to minus 3 and equate this polynomial to 0. So I will do it for you. So first, put x is equal to 5 because that is one of the 0 in this polynomial, x square plus m minus 1x plus n, that is equal to 0. So wherever there is x, I will put 5. So this will be 5 square plus m minus 1 into 5 plus n equal to 0. Further, this will become 25 plus 5m minus 5 plus n equal to 0. And I will simplify this further to write 5m first, then I will write n second, and 25 minus 5 will be 20, and I will transfer it that side, that will become minus 20. This will be equation number 1. Then I will put x is equal to minus 3 in x square plus m minus 1 into x plus n equal to 0. So equate this polynomial to 0 and put x is equal to minus 3. This will be minus 3 whole square plus m minus 1 times x, that is minus 3 plus n equal to 0. So this will be 9 minus 3m plus 3 plus n equal to 0. So this will be minus 3m plus n. This is 9 plus 3, that is equal to 12, and that I will shift that side, that will become minus 12. Further, I can write this as plus 3m minus n is equal to 12. So let this equation be 2, and you can solve this equation 2 as simultaneous equations. So I will write it here, same equation 3m minus n, that is equal to 12, and you can add these two. This plus n and minus n will get cancelled. This will be 8m minus 8, or m is equal to minus 1. So by putting it in this 1 or 2 equation, you will get n is equal to minus 15. So m is equal to minus 1, and n is equal to minus 15. So the answer is C. So if this thing is clear to you, please type clear in the comment box, and now I will move to the next one. Next is question number 14. The pair of linear equations which has a unique solution is. So please type which option has got unique solution, and to have unique solution the first two ratios should not be equal. Please find out in which of these pair first two ratios are not equal and give the answer. Yes, answer is C. In C, the first two ratios are not equal. So is that clear for everyone, or should I solve it? You see, in C, that is 5 upon 10. So C will have 5 upon 10, then 4 upon 3. So you see here, these two ratios are not equal. Otherwise, for explanation, I will take first one, that is A, 2 upon 8. 2 upon 8, then 3 upon 12, and then last one is 5 upon 1. You see, the first two ratios are equal and the last two ratios are not equal. So first is of the type of parallel lines, and the required answer is C. Question number 15. What is the answer for question number 15? Please type your answer in the comment box, or those who cannot solve or those who want explanation, please type 15 in the comment box. Answer is not 19. Yes, no, answer is not 5 also. Answer is not 15 also. Yes, answer is 12. Prachi has given the correct answer. Answer is 12. So let me solve this for you. It's not difficult question. So let me draw the figure. Always remember, I'm telling you again and again, please draw the correct figure and then only make the calculations. So two poles are there. One is the longer pole, another one is shorter pole, and the distance between these two poles, distance between foot is 12 meters. Now here this should be 12 meters. It's a mistake made by the question paper setter. This cannot be 12 centimeter. This can be 12 meters. So distance between the two foots is 12 meter, and between their tops is 13 meter. So when I join their tops, this will work as 13 meter. So this distance is 13 meters. And you are asked to find the height of the longer pole, and height of the shorter pole is given as 7 meter. So all these dimensions are there. So let me name this as A, B, C, D and E. And you are asked to find the length of the longer pole. And if CE is 7 meters, then BD is also 7 meters. So you have to find AB, and to find AB, there is a Pythagoras theorem. This is 12 meters, this is 13 meters. So AB you can find out. AB is square root of 13 square minus 12 square, and 13 square is 169, 12 square is 144, this will work out as square root of 25, or AB is 5. Once you find AB as 5, then length of longer pole is AB plus BD, and AB we have calculated as 5, BD is 7, so this will work out as 12 meters. So the correct option is answer B, that is 12 meters. So is that clear? If it is clear, please type clear in the comment box, or just write C in the comment box. Let me go for the next question. Next question is cos A minus sin A equal to 0. Then what is sin raised to 6A minus sin square A? So in this, those who could do this question, please type the answer in the comment box. And those who want me to solve this, please write 16 in the comment box. Let me check the response from you. Yes, minus 3 by 8, that is D, is the correct answer. Okay, let me solve for you. Here given is cos A minus sin A is equal to 0. I will transfer sin A that side. So this will be cos A is equal to sin A. And for which angle of A, both ratios cos and sin equal. That can happen for complementary angles only. So how much is cos of 45 degrees? And how much is sine of 45 degrees? Is it not equal to 1 upon root 2? And this side is also, it is 1 upon root 2. So therefore, angle A is 45 degrees. From this, we come to know that angle A is 45 degrees. And now I can write sine square A, sine raised to 6A minus sine square of A. This I can write as sine raised to 6 of 45 degrees minus sine square of 45 degrees. And this can be written as 1 upon root 2 the whole raised to 6 minus 1 upon root 2 the whole raised to 2. And here this is 1 upon 8 and this is 1 upon 2. So further I will take LCM as 8, then this will be 1 minus 4. So this is minus 3 upon 8 is the correct answer. So that is answer D. So if it is clear to you, please type C in the comment box or clear in the comment box. Let me go for the next question, and please type the answer for this. From a deck of 52 cards, black face cards are removed, and face card in each group are 3. So there are 2 types of black cards. those are removed. So that means 6 cards are removed. Then the card is drawn at random. The probability that it is a spade, and spade is a black card. So from this, so spade are 13. From this face card, which are 3 removed, so present one are 10, and total are 52. From this 3 and 3, 6 are removed, so this will work out as equal to 46, and our probability will be equal to 10 divided by 46. 10 divided by 46 will work out as 5 upon 23. And the correct option, let me check if you have given the correct option. Yes, 5 upon 23. D is the correct answer. So answer is D. Eighteenth question is very easy. If a pair of linear equations is inconsistent, that means they are, then their lines will be, please type your answer in the comment box. This is very easy question. Yes, they are parallel. So answer A. No need of explanation for this. So let me go and copy the third page. Yes, the next question is here. In triangle PQR and triangle QST are two equilateral triangles such that S is the midpoint of QR. So let us draw this. A triangle PQR is equilateral triangle. So that means all sides are equal. So this is PQR. And S is the midpoint of QR. So this is S, and then triangle which is again a equilateral one is QST. QS, and then you have to locate point T over here. And let me assume this length QR, let QR be equal to 2x, so that QS is equal to x. So this is x, this is x. Again this will be x, this x will be x. And with this figure, it is very much clear what is the question and what is the how to find the answer. So area of triangle QST, and QST is smaller triangle divided by area of triangle PQR, which is a bigger triangle, and their corresponding sides. For QST the side is X, and for PQR the corresponding side is 2x. This is 2x, and it is whole square. So this x and x will cancel, and this will be 1 upon 2 the whole square. That will work out as 1 upon 4. Therefore, ratio is 1:4. And the correct answer is D. What is the answer for question number 20? Please type it in the comment box. And if you want me to solve question number 20, please type 20 in the comment box. And those who knows the answer and can find out the answer, please type your answer in the comment box. Yes. Answer is 30. That is B. Okay, Smita wants me to solve this. So let me write this. Tan of 30 degrees sine of 60 degrees is equal to tan 60 degrees tan of A, and you are asked to find angle A. So tan 30 degrees you already know as 1 upon root 3. Sine 60 is root 3 upon 2. So this is multiplied, and tan 60 is root 3. Of course, cos 60 is also there here, which I have not taken. Yeah, cos 60 is there, and this is root 3. Cos 60 is 1 upon 2. Tan A I will keep as it is. This root 3 gets cancelled, and here one upon 2, these 2 I will take that side, it will get multiplied and come in the numerator. This root 3 I will take on the left hand side, so it will come in the denominator, and this is equal to tan of A. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled, so tan of A is equal to 1 upon root 3. And for which angle A, tan of A is 1 upon root 3, that is tan of 30 degrees is equal to 1 upon root 3. So tan A is equal to 1 upon root 3, tan of 30 degrees is 1 upon root 3. So in place of A there is 30 degrees. So therefore angle A is 30 degrees. So the correct answer is B, which is 30 degrees. If this is clear, please type clear in the comment box, because remaining problems I will solve in the next class, that is on Monday.